I'm here with Joy Luedtke. She is the founder and CEO of First Wave Development. This is a company that is changing the game in the conversation for affordable housing, and we are going to hear all about it right now. Joy, thank you so much for bringing this to us today.
Thank you for having me. It's so exciting to finally be able to share about our story and what it is that we're trying to bring to market. You know, I have had this pull into looking into development and affordable housing for about 10 years, and I have been studying things like 3D printing, modular design and construction in factories. Everything that I looked at just wasn't good enough for the solutions that I wanted to solve in my community.
So you really took action on this. With your background, you realized this is something that we can make changes on?
Absolutely. One of the companies that I own is a property management company, and I see people being priced out of the market. I see families not being able to get out of rentals and get into homes. My own children can't afford homes in my community. And I think we're all ready emotionally, we're ready to take action on making a difference, making a change.
Affordable housing sometimes brings a stigma of maybe unattractive, or they've kind of been the same. What are you doing? Let's talk about the product, the way things have been. I think for a lot of years they look the same. Let's talk about the technology and your product itself that you're putting together.
That can definitely be true in this situation, and there are stigmas that I really want people to start to rethink. We manage a lot of mobile home communities, and mobile homes are aging out across the United States. And as I looked into different options and solutions, I just didn't feel like I would be putting something back in place that was going to be different than what had been there before. And so we said, how can we do modular design in a way that people can love, that they can be proud of, that they can want to be in these communities?
Share a little bit about the special technology that you have.
Well, we're doing so much. Our first tech partner is ZS2. And they are doing panels in a different way. They actually have magnesium oxide cement where they take carbon out of the air and they put it into the cement. And so that's lowering our carbon footprint. Additionally, these walls continue to absorb carbon and get stronger as they sit there in these homes. Secondly, we are bringing in dirt. And it's not dirt like you would think. Dirt is actually a leading commercial interiors company. They sell things all over the United States and the world. And they are ready to break into the residential market. And we're so proud to be partnering with them as well to bring quick connect utilities and rethinking how we get these utilities into homes.
Sustainability is also a factor. I know a lot of consumers now are saying, I want something that's going to last. How does this technology and what you're bringing in factor into having something sustainable?
Well, one of the things that we're really excited about is that the ZS2 product is actually one of the 3 finalists for the X Prize. And so when you think about sustainability, you know, that whole prize and that is about being a game changer in an industry.
The X Prize is with Elon Musk, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we're looking at sustainability in that way. We're also looking at it in terms of the other products that we're using. It's not just the floors, it's not just the walls, it's everything so that you can have a home that you can feel good about, and it actually makes you feel healthy, connected, and safe.
What are some of the other components that are different from the way it's been done before that you're bringing in as a part of the development of this?
Well, we've heard from people in the industry that are already using modulars that there are several issues that they would really like to see done differently. One is that a lot of times when modulars are getting delivered already built, they're a little off center, a little skew, and so they're having to reframe them. We were already planning to be bringing to market using flat pack shipping. Think of a home that comes to you as a Lego kit. And so, again, that was an issue that we were already addressing. Another thing that we heard was that to make these things more efficient, you should use a panelized system. Those were already changes that we had put into our design. And then lastly, it was the quick connect utilities. Well, that is another thing that we are already doing through the use of this dirt product.
Explain that with the quick connect utilities, because that's fascinating to me. What exactly does that look like?
Well, the utilities actually come up through the floor, and then they pop up into the walls. And so we want things to basically just be able, the ends to connect. And so you're not having to bring in the high cost of these subcontractors to help you build your home.
Oh, that's huge.
And this is just phase one. You know, We're just getting started with where we want to take this and what we want to do.
Now, also when I think of affordable housing, and I know some consumers as well, oh no, but I want something pretty. Yeah. What is the architecture design, and how are you meeting that need for a consumer that really cares about those aesthetics?
Well, that is actually one of the reasons that I decided we just needed to do that ourselves, because I don't believe that you have to compromise. Mm-hmm. You can have a beautiful, efficient, well-designed home and be able to afford it. It's something I know we can do.
Yes. COVID happened, and in that time, it changed the conversation globally about wellness. Mm. We all care about our health, our wellness, and talk about it in a different way than we ever did before. What are these homes bringing so that people can really know that they have a safe place to be well?
Yeah, well, I think if you tried to take the silver lining out of such an awful situation, one of the things was that it helped us to realize that we do want to be more connected. Mm-hmm. And in these communities that we're talking about, these homes are designed for indoor-outdoor living. And one of the things I've noticed among my tenants is when you're living with a little less square footage, you're outside a little bit more, you're connecting with your community. So I think just being connected to your community in one sense is healthier. But also the quality of this home. These products are not off-gassing. You're not getting these things into your lungs that a lot of these cheaper products that we're using in homes do.
That's a big factor. Mm-hmm. People bringing in air purifiers into their home. So you're saying that even with the design, this is creating that physical wellness as well.
Yes, we're one of the first companies to do well residential certification to prove to our end users as well as to the market that this can be done.
And you're right, community is a big deal because mental health is just as much a part of wellness. So these can be really set up as full communities, or are they also an ADU, or what do you visualize and what are these going to be utilized for?
I think that they can be used in so many ways. Definitely the ADU. I have friends that are lining up already because they want to use these as cabins in the mountains because the build time is so short. But additionally, these can be communities. Think about instead of calling a manufactured home park a trailer park, what if you called it a pocket community and you filled these things with homes that you can be proud of? These things are designed in a way that you can make that substitution. And I know that the need for that is across this entire country because most of these parks were built at the same time.
Yes.
And so we can refurbish and we can redo these parks that already exist, but I also think that the time is right for us to start doing it again. Let's start building these communities with smaller land spaces, smaller square footage, but let's make it affordable for families.
You see the news every day, and housing. I mean, it's a crisis. Mm-hmm. No one can afford it anymore. Our seniors are getting priced out. First-time home buyers, young couples, young families, how can they do it? Mm-hmm. So what you're bringing here is really also solving that problem of that American dream that we've lost hope in sight of, and now bringing something affordable. When you bring hope back and affordability back, you're giving people opportunity.
Yes, I think that we do need to reconsider the American dream. And for some of us, living in 800 square feet, that's beautifully designed and well done, it's all that we need. For other people, it's a stepping stone, but we need to give them that stepping stone. You might not own the land to start, but you can own that home and you can still be building equity. And then maybe you move on, or maybe it's just what you need and it's where you stay. But it hasn't been something that's been available in this community, and it needs to be.
You brought up the square footage and that they are smaller. I think there's conversation today about a lot of people wanting to start minimizing. Are you noticing that, and are you seeing any arguments about size, or are you seeing that people want less?
I do think that we're simplifying. I think that our priorities as a community are changing. I think that we do need these assets. We do need these things that are appreciating, but it's not all that we want. We want to take the vacations. We want to go somewhere with our family. We want these experiences. And I love that. I love that we're connecting. So you can have both. There are some sacrifices in square footage. However, when it's well designed, when it's beautiful, when you can live outside, when you can eat on the porch, those don't have to feel like sacrifices.
You have created something that has state-of-the-art technology that is great for our environment, wellness. You're telling me that they are architecturally beautiful, that they can create community and also be used individually. This is a game changer for housing, and they're affordable. So what are you the most excited for with all of this? I can't even imagine what you're thinking about what's ahead. What are you the most excited for as you look ahead now?
I would say the biggest thing we're excited about is to get some solutions into people's hands, things that people can be proud of. But we're also so proud to be partnering with these companies to do something in a new way. Zetis2, I mentioned, is doing their self-insulated panels in all of their products with a lower carbon footprint. They're actually to the point where they're selling carbon credits because they're doing this so efficiently. Secondly, we're so proud to be partnering with Dirt, to be looking at interiors in a different way. How do we do electrical? How do we do technology on the walls? These are things that get us looking at these in a more fun and also in a more efficient way. And then to be, again, one of the first to do residential certification with WELL, no one else has done that. And we want to show our end users, our home buyers, we want to show this market that it can be done, that we can take the efficiencies that the modular concept brings through building something maybe in a factory. But let's not just be efficient in a factory. Let's be efficient in the products that we use. Let's be efficient in the designs that we use. Let's bring something that people want to live in.
Joy, you have just brought a product to the market that is changing conversation, opportunity, and possibility when we talk about housing. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Make sure you go and check out First Wave Development, firstwavedevelopment.com. Reach out, get questions, get engaged, and get ready to have your opportunities and possibility for housing change.